Ready for ya. Welcome back. How are you? I've got the daylight is fading, but I can't stop reacting because we have got them dropping like, I don't know, men from the sky and then it's raining men. And we've got France. France up. Listen, France. First of all, I love France. Second, I kind of want to be French. Thirdly, I do a really good chicken chasseur and a beef bourguignon. And fourthly, I've actually liked France's entries, and I think France is quite underrated. I think there have been there have been problems. Staging was a problem in 2017, but that stage was problematic for everybody. Madame Monsieur, that was good. That was a really nice song. Of course, is his name Amir? 2016? 2016 was a great song and had great potential. So I'm very interested to see what France has to offer. J'espère que c'est une chanson formidable et ce que je vais love the song. Okay, that's bad French. Sorry. A-level. I did French A-level. I'm 47, I've forgotten everything. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it. France. This is Tom Leeb. Tom Leeb. And this is, God, The Best in Me. There you are. Okay, so I'm putting on my spectacular spectacles. And, okay, we're going to have a listen. Got a little plenty, a little bit more for you to look at. Straight in. And this is Tom Leeb. This is the France reaction. Le moment sérieux de écouter Tom Leeb. Voilà. We're just listening. I don't have a visual for this. I don't have to watch. Beautiful voice. A ballad. We're getting a few ballads now, starting off. Looks like a handsome fella. French, eh? Going into English. It's nice though. Back into the French. I prefer it in French. He's got a lovely voice. I'm loving that augmentation. It's got something very cinematic about it. I don't need these, do I? That my listening specs. Best in me. You are, you are. I like it. You are, you are. This is a nice bridge, actually. It kind of broken it up. It needed that. It needed that. Could have gone on for a bit longer, that. Brings it back. Songs need texture. You are, you are. I'll know it after a couple of listenings. You are, you are. Unexpected little fall at the end. Oh, that's it. Do you know what? I generally like Eurovision music, okay? And I like that song. I totally get into it. I'm trying not to think of that in comparison to other songs, actually. I kind of want to keep kind of like thinking on the song itself. He's got a great voice. I don't know what his performance is going to be like because I'm literally just listening to it there. But which is often good because then you really pay attention to the song. It's a fairly middle of the road kind of ballad, I think. We've got a few ballads coming in now. Obviously, there was Belgium. We've got Italy, which has been out. Who else did we have was giving me a ballad? Or I can't remember just off the top of my head. Is whether or not, when you have a few ballads coming in, it's how they kind of sit amongst each other, because it's usually only one or two which will kind of get the traction. I think this is going to depend a lot on his performance style, a lot on how well he commands the crowd, and the staging is going to be very important. I think it's very beautiful. I think it's got a lovely voice. There were some really interesting arrangement pieces in there. I really liked that kind of interesting breakdown with the bridge, which I thought gave it some texture. I'm not a big fan of it being in English and French. I would rather it was just in French. I don't know why France sings in English when, France is, your language is kind of like one of the main languages of Eurovision historically. And I much prefer it when the whole thing is done. But, decisions are made. We should sing in another language one day. So that's where I am. I really enjoyed it. It feels like a hands in the air kind of thing. It's going to get the flags waving. It's like, yeah, all that kind of stuff. But is it going to really stand out? We don't know yet until we've heard all the songs. So I can't really tell you that. There's a lot of positives about it. I'm not sure if it's a little middle of the road. It doesn't feel like a very particularly risky number. It feels like a sort of safe bet. And I'm not sure if safe will play in its favour. Yeah, I think a lot's going to happen. We're going to learn. We're going to know so much more when we see it. Hearing it, I can see a lot of potential. Seeing it is going to be what delivers for me. Okay, that's what I think. What do you think? Tell me. I never do this. Subscribe. Come and be my buddy. Hang out. That's it. All right. Thank you very much. La France. Au revoir.